I made a video about this before, a few months ago, but I listened to a video of Aaron Clarey basically confirming what I'm talking about. Because you have all these red pill guys like, just be the total alpha, be the total alpha, be a top 5% man. You know how hard it is to become that. So basically, women seem like they're not really interested in men anymore. And I think it's because of social media, honestly. And they're independent, and they probably don't have to have as big of a sex drive as us. So, and they seem to not really care about having kids nowadays. And if they do, they're fine pursuing a career and dumping them off in daycare and not raising them themselves. But with all that being said, it's the environment that these women are in. It's made them become horrible. and you would think like they would excel, since they were held back by the patriarchy for so long, and men are so horrible, and you would think that they'd be like the best versions of themselves, like they'd be the ultimate. But I don't see any huge inventions coming out of them, and or them going into dirty jobs like a trash man. I don't see them do any of that, or really hard physical labor jobs. Some of them do, the tougher ones, but predominantly they don't go into those fields, digging ditches and all that. But like dating, I really don't have time to date anyone, and I really don't really care to date anybody. I used to like, when I used to go on the internet dating sites, I would try to get females to meet me as quick as possible, and I did fairly well on there. And I wanted to go out and talk to them and meet them. I wanted to have sex with them, and I still do want to have sex with them and all that, but it's like, man, I'm so busy right now. I'm so busy. I don't have barely any free time, let alone the energy to go out and go on a date with them. And my classic date was a coffee. Man, I was doing this, or a drink. That would be the first day. I would never really take them on a dinner date. That was a rarity if I took a woman on a first date to be a dinner date. But so my thing was, I'd take them for a coffee and then a walk in a park. And then that'd be it. But I don't even want to do that. It's like, I know what it's gonna be. I know it's gonna be basically an interview. I have to sit here and try to pretend to be somebody I'm not. I gotta talk about things I really don't care about. I gotta try to get her to like me, and she don't have to put any effort in. And it's just, it's even like, I started a dating site for shits and giggles, right? I don't expect anything out of there. and for me, I'm a person who is fine dating around my age. But the problem is with my age is a lot of these females my age have little kids. You know, it's one thing if they're like teenagers, like 18, like, you know, like older teenagers, or like she has actually some free time, and we but these women, there's so many women on there that don't have any free time, and they expect it's like, what are you doing dating if you don't have any free time? Like, then there's one thing, like, you're here to hook up. But then they have this like delusion of like they want to get married. You don't have any time for a relationship. What are you doing? What, you know, it'd be one thing if you're a single mom and you got little kids, and it's like you want to go on there to get your rocks off, and you know you're going on there to hook up because you don't have any time for anything else but to hook up. But these females like think that they're gonna get some Prince Charming to come and swoop in and save them. It's like, dude, come on, man. They're so delusional, and they're completely unaware of the environment that they're in. It's just crazy because they still have that same mindset of settling down, but they don't want to settle down. You know, especially if you meet somebody off the internet, and that everybody's basically on the internet nowadays. It's like, yeah, we're talking, but it's easy to replace me with somebody else. Even if it's like, because this is a thing. People seem to be, nowadays, they don't value relationships, because relationships evolve from the honeymoon phase into basically like a friendship, a romantic friendship that you care about each other. And you build a life together. And you try to keep that fire going. It takes both sides. Not just one side, it takes both sides to keep that fire going. And the female has to keep herself looking attractive. And the guy has to appreciate the things that she does. And she has to appreciate things that he does. He does for the relationship. But the problem is, like, you know, guys are only out here for sex, and females give it up so easy. This is the expectation on them. They're like, oh, guys only care about sex. So it's like, dude, just because like females have given it up so easy, this is their expectation. They don't even, I remember I was in this thing, it's like, I don't even care, like, I'll just talk to somebody else. Like, they don't, like, guys, that's their expectation, is just sex. That's because that's what the environment is. If females were not promiscuous, if they locked things down and actually respected themselves and didn't just like lay down with anybody, guys wouldn't have that expectation. There would be some that do still, but it's just, man, like, females want to be courted and they want to be dated and they want to be asked out. they want to be in this like traditional type of role when it comes to relationship and dating nowadays, and they want to be independent. It's like, you can't be both. How are we supposed to be equal partners in a relationship, and then I'm going to do all this extra fluff for you, like playing the like this masculine role? How am I supposed to be masculine in the relationship when you're masculine yourself? You are basically the man in your life, so what the hell am I here for? Why do you need me? And I think that subconsciously is why they haven't really figured it out, but that's why they don't really like men. And yeah, you could say, oh, men are weaker, the low testosterone. You can say that, that's true. But then you can also say, like, their standards are completely unrealistic. Even for, like, average women nowadays. Completely unrealistic. And it makes you think, well, they just don't like men anymore. It's kind of like me. I'm fine with having somebody on my level that's like a 6. Okay, I know I'm somewhere around there. I'm getting to be like a 6.5, 7. But I'm fine with having somebody around there. You know, I'm not going to take a 4, possibly a 5.5. Like I see this. I'm cool with like a nerdy girl that, like, I see this girl at the gym, and she's a young woman. I'm not sure if she's she's younger. So what's cool about her is she doesn't wear spandex. She always wears sweats. She's got the glasses. She looks kind of nerdy. I think that's so cool. That's attractive because I see every other woman wearing spandex. And like I said, if I see a woman wear baggy sweats, I'm attracted to that. Because I don't know, it's just like, she's got some respect for herself, and I like that, and I think that's attractive. Of course, like, the women's bodies look great in spandex, little yoga pants. It looks great, but like, you see it everywhere, and the market is completely oversaturated with that crap. It's just annoying at this point. You know, I made a comment on some TikTok video, like, this girl is like, look at my pickle shirt. I was just watching the video. Usually I don't watch women's videos on there. They're just annoying. And then guess what she did? At the end, she shows her ass. It's like, that's what they all do. It's like, you're the same fucking robots. And it's just annoying. But I don't have the energy to date. I don't have the desire. I don't see anything out there that's really worth me getting excited over anymore. I know, like, most of these females have been used up sexually, and I can be fine with that as long as, like, when we're together, you ain't with nobody else. You're loyal to me. I can look past that. You know, it still plays in my head a little bit. Like, damn, she's been probably with a bunch of... But, like, I can look past it. And I ain't, you know, I'm not no spring chicken or, you know, but, the attitude is just, man, the attitude is horrible. Every time I walk past a young woman, they don't even look at me, man. And that's what I started thinking. I'm like, young women don't have kids. That's what I should start dating, as young women. Because I would love to date women my age in their 40s, but they all got little kids, and I don't want to date a single mom, and I really don't want to hook up anymore. I don't really want that. I've been there, I've done that. It's fun. It's exhilarating at first because you know that you have the anticipation of not knowing what's gonna happen, and it's like, cool, it happens. But then after, especially with a one-night stand, you don't even want to talk to them ever again. And it's like, it could have been something, but then it's ruined because I let my hormones take over, and I don't even know this person. I'm already laying with them. In actuality, there's a couple of girls that I actually really liked, and I held off on that, and I could have before, because I know myself. There's like something that like clicks in my brain. I'm like repulsed. But where am I going? It's just a shit show. It's a shit show for them too. It's a shit show for everybody right now. You know, guys only want sex from them, but they are the ones that allow the sex. They're the ones allowing this to happen. They're the ones allowing promiscuity. Like, if they like really respected themselves, and stop being promiscuous, stop sexualizing themselves, and like developed some personality skills. You know, like, okay, I see, I don't know if this is in reality, but on the internet there's a lot of women complaining about guys not approaching them no more. Like, I don't want to approach any woman, and I can do it. I've done it before. It's like, okay, you don't like me, whatever, or whatever, I get rejected, but they don't approach us. But they want equality. But it's just like, they don't seem like they're not friendly. They don't look approachable. They don't drop any hints of like they want to be talked to. They don't look at you. They're on their phone. They got a mean look on their face all the time. You know, their body language is saying, leave me the hell alone. That's what their body language is saying. And they're like, why are you guys approaching? Dude, you're not open. You don't look friendly. You're not smiling at me. You know, why would I approach you? You look busy on your phone. I'm not Prince Charming. And it's like, okay, listen. There's so many women out here that are not dateable for me. They're not dateable. Whether it's because they're overweight, which there's so many females on the internet that are on dating sites that it's like, you don't even care. Why are you on here? It's annoying. It's like, that's all on dating sites is you see single moms or overweight women. That's pretty much what it is. But like, the chances of me finding somebody that's on my level, like, man, I have worked on myself so much to the point where I'm just like, I might live a meager lifestyle. I might just live an average person lifestyle, but the life I live is elite. Because I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I'm straight edge. I'm not promiscuous when it comes to sex anymore. And then I'm trying to put in work. You know what I mean? I put in so much work. I wrote books. I wrote albums. I've made videos. I've made a video that had 400,000 views, and I should do better. But it's just like, dude, I'm on such a level, and I continue to try to do better for myself, and they're like swimming in the sewage, but they think that they're at my level because of all the simps, so their ego's completely out of hand. And I don't like to say that. I'm not trying to be arrogant and be like, I'm better than everybody. Well, I kind of am, man. I kind of am. I'm working my ass off. But I've worked my ass off so much that I am in a new normal person status, but I shouldn't be. If I was any other person, I would be, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It's just fucking realistic things, man. It's the realistic facts of how much work I put on myself, how many vices I got rid of. Dude, I don't even drink coffee no more, man. I used to love coffee. I've cut down on the sugar. I've done so much, and I got rid of so many vices. It's like, even doing the no fat. I even kind of intermittent no fat. It's like, dude, I'm damn near, and I'm not a saint, but I'm damn near a saint compared to the rest of society. Yeah, you know, and I'm minimalistic. I don't go spend a bunch of money on things. I kind of did on cards, but at one point, but that was like some mistakes were made. But that has value. That has value. Sports cards have value. So it was like an investment too. But anyway, and I see these females out here, and they don't care about their body, and you know, they get their hair done and their nails done and get some new clothes or whatever, but it's like I'm not attracted to overweight women at all. And in my day, back in my day, at first, I have been with some porkers. They were like twos back in the day. I would get drunk, right? I would get drunk, and I'd see them on the internet, invite them over, they come over. I would never, not anymore. I have so much respect for myself. Plus, I don't want to get any STDs, man. I'm not trying to get HIV. I'm not getting any STDs. So I don't want to be promiscuous. I don't want to. I'd rather just have one person share my time with. They're with me, and we can enjoy life together, have an awesome experience. But people, when they get into the relationship phase and the honeymoon's over, especially women, they're fucking done. They're done. Or the guy gets tired of her. She's like an old car to him. He's like, the new flavor is, the new car smell is worn off. He's out. You know, and that's how it is people are just trying to replace people with other people constantly, and they're always trying to seek somebody better. And it makes me wonder, like, for me, I've met some good women, and my best friend, she's a great woman. I'm not going to talk about her, but she's a great woman. It makes me wonder if, like, you know, there's like this husband store analogy where a woman would go, there's like 6 floors, and every floor it gets better and better, and she passes up on the last one, and eventually she gets to the top, and there's no more husbands, and she can't go back down. It makes me wonder if that's what happened to me at this point, because like I had this thought in my mind, like, when I was younger, like when I get to this age, my kids are older, I get to do me, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be awesome. But like the dating scene, it's horrible, man. It's like, when's this bubble gonna pop? The female value is like completely overvalued at this point. Guys just will not stop simping. They won't stop. It just makes you think this is never gonna pop. It's gonna keep getting inflated. You know, I'm at the point where it's just like I want to talk to women. You know, I want to be able to do that. But then I see them, and they don't have anything to offer me except for like sex. But it's like, yeah, that's cool, but dude, it's a risky thing, because okay, like going to work, well, first off, I don't want no allegations against me, because she gets mad. But like going to work was a great place to meet a partner. You can't do that no more, because the women have ruined it. You know, there's legit sexual harassment and assault things that happen at work that should never fucking happen. But it's like the little fucking thing, and it's being completely blown out of proportion. Like, for instance, if I was to go up to a girl and be like, hey, you're pretty cute, I like what you're wearing today, want to go out for a coffee? Dude, I'd be fucking fired. I can't do that. And they damn sure ain't gonna be coming up to me and approaching me. So it's like, there's so many avenues that are like, all these doors are shut. And it's like, dude, it's almost impossible for a regular guy. Yes, I'm a regular guy because I have regular guy status. I might not be a regular guy, but I have regular guy status, and I'm perceived to have regular guy status because it seems like females don't want to take the time to get to know anybody anymore. So it is what it is, man. Until females wake up and realize, man, this guy only comes over at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that's fun for a little while, but then like I'm by myself all the time. But maybe they're fine being by themselves. Maybe they're fine. Maybe they don't like guys. You know, I don't know, man. I think everything is completely out of whack, and that's why I have I have chosen to go MGTOW for the time being, and then I hope that things get better. It'd be nice to be able to go back to females being open and actually liking guys and showing it. But until they go back to that, I don't know what, you know, it's gonna take some type of economic failure, some type of suffering for women to wake up. That's probably about it. It's like they live in some type of like fantasy that's not reality, and it's being propped up by social media. They think that they're celebrities. Even the average woman on there thinks that she's a celebrity. I know, even at some points I started thinking I was like a celebrity. I was like, I'm on the up and coming, like, but it's yeah, I don't know, man. It's a shit show. It's like I said, it's a shit show for both sexes. If you are in the top 5% of men, you're doing great. But another thing I was gonna say is like, there's like, I have to start going after younger women, man. That's it, because like I don't want to deal with and not yet. It's gonna be in a couple years when I get my shit together. But I don't want to deal with somebody that's got kids, man. I really don't. Like I said, if they had kids that are older, empty nests, and which will be in my position, that's fine. That's cool. But I'm not gonna deal with some. I've seen women that are like 55, and she looks okay. I'm not like one of these guys that are like, oh, she's a 2. No, she's probably like a 5. Yeah, she's aging pretty bad. She's gonna be pretty bad in like 10 years, but they got 10-year-old kids. I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm not gonna deal with some 45-year-old that's got 6-year-olds. I'm not gonna deal with that. Besides, unless you want to do one thing, but they don't have. I don't know, man. It's. I don't want to just hook up anymore. It's dumb, but that's where we're at, and I don't know what to say.